for Drew Chaveria. So we'll get the pretty graphics up there for you. Had to do some maintenance work, but we're back. And here's Drew Chaveria. And there's a high pop-up. And that's going to score the first run of the game. 1-0 money line.
Hey, turn 2 if we got it.
That brings up Andrew Beam. Sorry, folks, just trying to get the scoreboard squared away here for you. 1-0, top of the first, 1 out. Runner on first.
Top 5 I would say Duke,
And Beam hits a ground ball over the second. Wide throw, safe. So Fat Kid starting off a little shaky here on defense.
Hey, 1 out. Hey. Go. He will go.
And still screwing around with our graphics.
He'll go.
Brian Nowakowski up.
Back a little.
And there's a little ground ball up the middle.
Safe. Stay here.
Safe at second. Good hustle there by Andrew Beam. And a little shaky here early defensively for the Fat Kids. And you got to give Moneyline a lot of credit. Very short-handed tonight. They ground one out against Chucks. Here's Matt Martin. Like I was saying, toward the tail end of that bonus coverage. Ground ball at Angelo's feet. They will get a fielder's choice. Another run does score. 2-0 money line. That's what I was saying. Sometimes when you're short-handed, brings up Ryan Drabel. And he takes a pitch. Sometimes when you're short-handed, your expectations go down. And you just come out and you play, you get a good result. And Chuck's only scored 6 runs in that game. We know they got a better offense than that. And there's a little chopper. And they get out of the inning, but in the inning, Moneyline does take a lead. And we are back. So, Matt, we're going to rotate over. We've been on third base all day, so we're going to head over to the first base side and give you guys a different look at the ball game.
Guys, got to get in, guys.
Matt, you got an extra lineup card? You all right, Danny? Oh, you're hurt all the time.
add it to the list.
Just slap some dirt on it.
Best ball. Everybody's best ball right here, guys.
I took the Judd out at the last minute, so we're batting 11. Right?
11 or 12?
11.
Oh, 11. Okay.
Ryan Drabel was at first.
I got you. So here's Jason Camarillo, little ground ball. Brian Davis, long throw. Of course, Brian got a cannon, started out as an outfielder. So Danny Judd on a hard slide ended up kind of dinging up his knee. We told you he got that big brace on there. And there's a swing and a line drive, juggling catch by Brian Davis at third. So Tom Boyle swinging it real well here in the Summer Series events. Hit that ball right on the screws, juggling catch by Davis. And it brings up Anthony Misek.
2 outs, 2 strikes. Hey, way to be there, boy. Way to be there.
So 2 up, 2 down here to start the bottom of the first. And Moneyline has been playing very well. And Eric Mandarino, very competitive kid. And there's a little ground ball back to Eric. He's got time and he makes the play. 3 up, 3 down. And I think sometimes with very highly competitive guys, they get so into it, and they just had, normally both teams full strength, Chuck's a money line. I don't know if I would call it an upset, but with the players' money line is losing, or doesn't have today, you would have to call that a little bit of an upset. And I think sometimes they get so wrapped up in it, and they want to win this second game and not have to come back until late tomorrow. And I think sometimes as a manager, when Patty Caputo is over there, you want to, grab Eric and tell him to take a breath. So leading off here is going to be Kevin Knorr, followed by Eric Davis, and then Nick Drabel. If anybody gets on, it'll be Tim Parisi.
Come on, North.
And that's why we play the games. Little ground ball over to Tommy Boyle, and he makes the play. And a lot of these guys, like a lot of teams, they come out early. And sometimes when you come out early and you're walking around the park, you got to be careful on these hot days because it'll drain you slow but sure. And Eric Davis fouls it off. Of course, Eric played on that Vision team and Rewind, went to Signature, took a big jump up, and has been a very good player, has an MVP at a major national championship out in Wheeling, and that ball popped into a yard, and Kevin Knorr trying to figure out, they got some kind of weird fence within a fence.
Yo, Kevin, a beer after the game.
I got him too.
Because what happened is, they got their normal fence, the Park District put up the tall fence to try to protect the homes. So he had to jump over a fence into a 3-foot wide gap.
Come on, E.
So here's Eric Davis, a pretty good setup there. Little razor wires, you could put it around the jail with that setup. And there's a swing knocked down by Tom Boyle. Couldn't make the play though.
All right, 7, let's go. One out.
And that brings up Nick Drabel, the short center. And there's a long fly ball. Back on his horse is the left fielder. Davis is going to tag the throw. Safe.
Good hustle.
Terrific throw by the left fielder, Emilio Engel, as he made that play pretty close. Eric Davis started drifting off the bag, had to come back and tag, but he makes it there. And that's going to bring up Tim Parisi.
No, I got it. The game's almost over. Then I'm going to sit down. Take next one.
Oh, good ball.
There's a ground ball, Angelo Feliciano. So fat kids get what they needed, a goose egg. It'll buy him a little time. Just checking on something, folks. So bear with me. So we head to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Fat Kids.
Out here, guys. Drew in the gap. Matt, shade him. Good ball here.
So we got thrown a little bit of a curveball
Matt.
with the game changer. Today, and that's going to happen. And as much as they're used, depending on where their servers are, but I see both diamonds are live now. Primetime leading the shooters 3-0 on the other diamond.
Who wants it? Nice pitch.
Here's Matt Peckus. And Matt pounds it right at Drabel, and he hesitates safe.
Way to give us a callback.
So Nick Drabel, he's rubbing his forearm. That ball was scalded. Nick's got great hands. You don't normally see him catch a ball in a weird spot like that. And Peckus working his tail off to get down here. Beats it out by a hair.
Take the couple. That's it. Watch that nice shot.
Brings up Brandon Molino with Emilio Engel on deck.
You're good, Matt. You're good. I got you on the first base.
And
right?
if you're the Fat Kids, a long day, short bench.
You're good, man. You're good.
They expended a lot of emotional energy. High, long fly ball. That's trouble. No, Matt Martin tracks it down. Peckus late jump on the tag, but it was hit so deep. Brandon Molina gave it a ride. Matt Martin over the shoulder catch. Does advance the runner, but that's the first out here. Brings up Emilio Engel, the left fielder, with Alberto Magana on deck.
Watch the line shots. That's all.
So Eric Mandarino wanted to tell his left fielder to come down a little bit, and he took 3 or 4 steps in.
Watch it.
And there's a high pop-up foul. Chasing it is Davis, runs out of room.
Hey, a lot of green here.
Thought Davis might have a shot at it, but it was a couple of rows back.
Find it here. Same pitch.
How are things, Bruce? You hanging in there, bud? So Emilio Engel, chance to drive in the first run for the Fat Kids.
No, full count. What out? One bit.
And we are playing 1-on-1 tonight, so. And there's a ball. He hammers it and gets over the top of Davis.
Other way.
He took a shallow route. We're all tied at 2. So they brought Davis down. Emilio Engel crushes the ball and airmailed it over Eric Davis. And I think that Eric Mandarino's been tossed out of the game. I think he was upset that he felt like the umpire was squeezing him a little bit. And so Matty Dozen and Pat Caputo
like fucking sucks.
An explanation or what?
He just says he's coming over like this.
So far, everybody does that. Everybody does that. Nobody
Everyone does.
So apparently the issue is umpire called some illegal pitches on Eric because he said he wasn't coming underhand. He was raising the arm slot and was throwing the ball a little bit sidearm. We've seen Jeff Hernandez do that in the past, and Jibbs likes to push the envelope. But as a pitcher, you need to understand if that's what he's calling, you got to change that arm slot a little bit. So these pitchers are always trying to gain an advantage. And that brings up Alberto. New ball game, 2-2 here in the second. There's a hard ground ball and it goes off of Davis. And his brother will pick it up and throw it in. So Kyle Engels is now pitching. Tim Parisi has moved over to second.
One out.
And it brings up Nick Jones.
Got you on the first base, but you watch the pitcher, that's all.
So Moneyline has been battling shorthanded, and you hate to see them lose their cool and get off the train. And I gotta say it, he played on Mudville, Nick Jones.
All right?
No, that's not Mike Lewis. That's Smoke.
All right, one out.
No, Chuck's got beat by Moneyline 10-6.
Right there. Not too much. Remember that. Not too much.
Come on, work one out. Hey, talk behind my pitcher. Let's go.
You're good, Drew. You're good.
And there's a swing just over Parisi. Alberto will get to third. Runners on the corner, one out. So the shooters that scored 5 in the first game, they got 3 so far in the third on the other diamond. Here's Angelo Feliciano. Runners on the corner now, one out. And Angelo in these situations will try to push the other way.
Not too deep. Watch the line shot.
And there he just punches it. Drew Chaveria, terrific catch, but it will score a run, and the Fat Kids jump up 3-2. That was a great catch by Drew Chaveria. He had to come in, kind of dove forward, caught the ball, but kept his elbows and the ball up in the air.
2 outs. You're good. He's not even here.
Here's Mike Cruz.
Back.
And Mike Cardinal Sin didn't tell him he was not swinging. And almost hung up his baseline. High pop-up. Matt Martin makes the catch. So Moneyline is here, Pet Caputo and Matty Dozan trying to tell their group, let it go, let's go, we got to play. Top of the third, new game, new leader. Fat Kids grinding away here. First game of the day for them. And that's the thing about tournament softball, you just never know what's going to happen. And you run into circumstances, a little hot weather, little guys missing, and you never know. So it's going to be Kyle Engels. Kyle came in to Eric Mandarino's slot, so he's now the leadoff man. Kyle slashes one, but right at Engel, and that'll be out number 1. Yeah, that Chuck's game was nip and tuck. It was 8-6, top of the 7th. Moneyline pushed a couple of runs across. Ended up winning 10-6, I believe. Brian Davis, a roller off Angelo. This is going to be a tight play. And they call him out at first. Angelo stuck with it, a little backhanded flip. And they nip Brian Davis by a half a click. And it brings up Drew Chaveria. Last games of the night going on. It's going to be a long one tomorrow, so if you're coming out here, teams, make sure you're staying hydrated. Little flare, and that's going to drop. Drew Chaveria, as they just got done telling their outfield, he's got a little pop. And those are the hits us little guys don't get. So here's Andrew Beam. I'm going to get off of this line with you. Andrew's been known to turn and burn.
Here we go. Don't worry about it. Come on, Beamer!
And Beam swings, and he's going to dump that in front of the right fielder. Drew Chaveria is going to try it to throw home, not in time. Drew Chaveria, one out. He got sent by his dad, and he scores. Andrew Beam ties the game up. He takes second on the throw to the plate. Of course, Drew Chaveria out of De La Salle High School was a wide receiver. Tall kid, long strider. Brings up Brian Nowakowski. Base hit here would put the Moneyline group back in front. There's a high pop-up, long run for Engel, but he'll get there. As there was a little too much air, but we're 3-3 in the third. So Drew Chaveria, a little daring base running, scores from first on an Andrew Beam pump back in front of the right fielder. And that's the thing, when we get to this tournament softball and guys are running the bases hard, if you're an outfielder, even if you can't get to it, you still got to run to it, and you can't throw the ball with any air into the infield. Eric Mandarino has been thrown out of the game, but he hasn't been thrown out of the dugout area. And there's a swing and a foul ball way into the trees by Jesse Rosado, the right fielder.
Drew, hey! Hey!
Now the problem is, when you start pulling your outfield in, as a pitcher, it becomes your responsibility not to flatten out. And on that 2-run homer, that pitch flattened out a little bit. And Eric Davis took a little bit of a flat route, and the ball got over the top. And Rosado up the middle, knocked down by Engel to throw in time. He didn't get a lot on it. He got just enough. And they nip him at first. Nifty play by Kyle Engel.
In a couple, Drew. Drew, in a couple.
So last game of the day here, we got a little energy. And the people that were left in the park have kind of gravitated over here. Farrell's still here checking out the action. Got people in the stands. they have wrapped up the food sales. And there's a little punch the other way, and it's down. Takes a big hop, and Jason Camarillo is going to get himself a 1-out double. So it brings up Tom Boyle. Hit a laser beam at Brian Davis's first at bat.
Jason.
Brian robbed him with a little bit of a juggling catch.
Too big a holes there.
And Boyle drives it down the line. Fair ball. Tom Boyle. This is going to be a 2-run homer. And the Fat Kids got 4 of their 5 runs on 2-run homers. As he paints the left field line with a wicked line drive.
Ball's on the line. Tip your cap. Let's go.
And it took a while. Tom Boyle was hitting toward the bottom of the lineup for the Fat Kids for a while. He's off to such a hot start, they moved him up to the 2-hole. He's hit 2 bullets in this game. And here's Anthony Mysak, 5-3.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Stay up, stay up, stay up.
Get him out, Kyle. Get him.
And he walks Mysak. Brings up Matt Peckus. Matt got a double his single last time up.
Nice shot, too. That's all you got to worry about. First base,
As he handcuffed the short center.
Call deep, call deep.
Home plate jumping around on Kyle Engel a little bit.
Let's go.
Kyle, you're good, dude. Keep going straight, Kyle. Let's go. We'll call one of them.
Yeah, he plays hard. I mean, he was a good interview. I interviewed him as a spotlight player, back-to-back walks, and with the 1-1 count, Matt Dozen is going to call timeout. It brings up Brandon Molina. I think Matty just wants to calm the pitcher down. His money line has not been happy with the strike zone, but they beat Chucks with the same umpire. So sometimes you just got to adjust to the umpire.
Turn it. Right here. Watch the line shot. That's all, kid. That's all.
Well, you know something's up, Bruce, when I can't get a word in edgewise.
Let's go, Brandon. Nick, let's go. Make this play.
So here's Brandon Molina, still only 1 out here. If your money line, you're looking for a double play ball. And there,
22 now, let's go.
2-2.
We're swinging now, we're swinging now.
See if that breaks Kyle out of the funk a little bit. And there's a line drive right to Drebo. Parisi was trying to get there. Notes a tall kid, dove back. Nick's first reaction there was he was thinking first, as he should. The second baseman was well off the bag, and here's Emilio Engel hit that bomb over the top of Eric Davis's last at-bat. And now Kyle seems like he's back in the rocking chair a little bit.
All right, do that, guys, do that.
Now, Noach is not the fastest base runner. So if Emilio hits something really hard at an outfielder charging, there's a little short fly ball. Matt Martin is there. So we're going to head to the top of the 4th, 5-3 Fat Kids leading money line. Primetime has opened up a 7-3 lead over the Shooters, and they look like they're in the 5th inning down there. Yeah, I'm going to try to get Jerry Brown. He's got a couple of games, league games. Jerry, of course, has been my co-announcer on the pre- and post-game shows. So Jerry said he'd be out here after his games. We may try to do maybe breaks between a couple of late games and maybe run down the bracket and let you know what we've been seeing. Matt Martin reaching for it, pops it right up to Jesse Rosado for out number one.
We're all underneath it, all in front of it. Hey, let's go, boys. Keep playing deep.
He brings up Nick Drabel.
Let's go, Ryan. Kick it off.
And Ryan swings a little knuckleball, but staying right with it is Emilio Engel.
You know, we got to go after two. Come on.
So I think the thing you worry about as a manager is they came out and played a beautiful game against Chucks and expended a lot of physical and mental energy. And you just hope that they don't get that adrenaline dump. And Kevin Knorr just flips it into the outfield for a base hit.
All right, 9, here we go. Keep it up, Ricky.
So 2 outs here. The base runner for Eric Davis.
Hey, watch it. Not too much.
Watch the line, Lo. Get the line.
And he pops it up the shaft. And that's going to be an easy catch for the center fielder, Brandon Molina. So 2-out hit goes by the boards. So like I say, you always wonder when the adrenaline wears off that sometimes you have that tendency to kind of go flat. And this is where, as an athlete, you really got to kind of will yourself to get that edge back. So we're halfway through, 5-3. A lot of ball game left here.
Hold him here. Let's go.
It's going to be Alberto, Magana, Nick Jones, and Angelo Feliciano for the Fat Kids. They're going to try to expand the lead. And there's a wicked shot in front of Davis. Little low humpback. Looked like it had a little knuckle action on it. And it brings up Nick Jones.
Drew likes you a lot. Likes you a lot, Timmy. Ricky, give him a step.
Nick Jones trying to come this way, spins a foul. Well, Amalia, I gave you the notification. Kind of told you I was going to be doing this late game.
Hey, a second. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're good. You're good. All right.
Right now it's 8-3. It looks like it's the 6th inning. And it looks like prime time looking to upset the shooter.
Wait.
And Nick Jones goes out there and Chavarria makes another catch. That ball had some weird action on it too. Drew hung with it as Nick hit a little inside outer, and that ball looked like a forkball coming off the table. Brings up Angelo. Wouldn't surprise me. Line drive, Drabo gets a hand on it, but it sneaks through. Runners on the corners. Comes Mike Cruz. So it's 1 out here. Fat Kid set up to get at least 1. Mike's job here is to stay out of the double play ball.
Get out, Mike.
And there's a high fly ball that will score run number 6. And Angelo's going to make sure the run scores so he doesn't risk it. And we got a 6-3 score now. Brings up Jesse Rosado. So good job here by the bottom portion of the Fat Kids lineup. Just kind of chipping away and getting a run. And Rosado, sky high, dribbled there. We'll head to the top of the 5th, 6-3.
Only chasing 3. Only chasing 3. Let's go. Hey, too easy on it. Put the pressure on it. Look at the pressure on it. Let's go with 2 outs last year. Let's go with 0. Come on, go. Come on. Come on, fellas. Come on. Go, step out. Come on, Seven. Come on.
8-4 now as the shooters push something across in the 6th.
Hey, Seven, let's go. Nothing in the air. Let the ball come to you.
So it's going to be Nick Drabel, Tim Parisi in the top. We'll see if the money line lineup can duplicate kind of what the Fat Kids did at the bottom portion of the lineup. And Drabel, little ground ball, slaps it through the inning, leadoff man on. So Nick Drabel, he had a big hole between the shortstop, short center, pounded it past Feliciano, and he finds his way on base. So here's Parisi now. And now if you're Tim, you want to stay out of the double play. You want to...
I'm going to tell them, but you know.
Here we go, 7.
And there he guides a base hit up the middle, so they're wearing that hole out here this inning. As they've been playing Jason Camarillo on the right field side of the outfield. Tom Boyle, 2 diving attempts, couldn't get either, but at least his wife will know he played tonight. And now Tom now shaded a little bit more up the middle. Now he's given a big hole to his right. And here's Kyle Engel, and he slashes it through the bigger hole. Run scores. So they refuse to slide. Now Camarillo's going to come over to that side.
Nobody.
Tom Boyle had shifted way up the middle.
Nobody, let's go.
Nobody out, 6-4. Runners on first and second. Top of the 5th here.
You're good. I got it.
Brian Davis wouldn't surprise me if he didn't try to turn and burn down this right field line right now. As they're loaded up on the left side. Now he's got the big hole on the right field side.
Minor throw. You're good. He's deep. He's way deep.
And there's a ball, and he hits it through the other hole. 6-5. Angle to third. He's safe. And Davis takes up a bag. And Brandon Molina is a very good center fielder, but he should have thrown that ball to second. Here comes Drew Chaveria. Base hit puts money line back on top.
Nice and level.
Never give up real estate, kids.
Minor throw.
And Drew goes hard toward the gap. Molina's there. We're tied. Brian Davis safe as Nick Jones can't handle it. Now the ball rolls into the dugout. And Moneyline has taken the lead 7-6. It was a good throw, good slide. Nick Jones couldn't hold on to it, and the ball rolled into the dugout. And that allowed Davis to score. Still only 1 out here.
One out here, a lot of innings left. Let's go.
And now a ball comes in as the shooters. That looks like Jake McTeague might be hitting his home run. Had one in the first game.
And not again now. We're good. Come on, Ed. We got the hammer. We're good.
Let's go 6.
Look, don't get beat, look.
And here's Andrew Beam.
Come on, Beam.
And the shooters have taken a 9-8 lead. And Breen turns and burns. Oh, Jesse Rosado got turned around. And this is going to be a solo home run. And it's 8-6 money line. As they have exploded here. Had a little inside-out action. That ball was tailing away from Jesse Rosado. Got his feet tangled up.
Hey, still only one out. Let's go, let's go.
Moneyline's put up a fin. Nothing will get that adrenaline back than scoring runs. And Nowakowski just fouled over the bag. So again, the inning started with 4 consecutive hits. 2 up the middle in a huge hole. 1 between third and short. And then Davis hit the hole on the other side after they shifted everybody. And then they started bringing out a little thump. So here's Nowakowski. And he smokes it right at Tom Boyle. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Brings up Matt Martin. And again, you got to remember now, Moneyline had pretty much their whole team out. But they had fallen behind Circus 8-0 in the North-South, and they came back and won that game. So they're showing you that they're going to not quit regardless who they got on the field. Here's Matt Martin. And there's a sky-high pop-up. And Brandon Molina takes charge, but a good inning for Moneyline. They put up 5, and they reclaim the lead. And this is a big game because Moneyline has not really had a lot of subs. Danny Judd got dinged up. And now they're going to bring in Phil Chaveria to play first. And Ryan Drebo is going to go out to right field. So they're trying to tighten up and juggle. Drew Chaveria has moved over to center. And Matt Martin has gone over to left.
Matt, what about being outfield?
So now Ryan's going to come back in, and they're going to put Andrew Beeman right. Ryan's wondering if he's still in the game. He is. So all they did was shift the pieces on the chessboard, no substitutions. So the shooters were courting disaster down there, but they've come back to take a lead, bottom of the 6th.
Hey, coach, talk to him. Wait a minute.
And you can see that Ryan Drebo. Here's Jason Camarillo.
In more, Beamer. Right there.
Of course, Matty, former outfielder. Ground ball, long throw by Nord. Out at first. What a play by Kevin Nord, deep in the hole. Bang, bang. And you can look back on the tape. It was close. And I'm sure some of you will.
There's no way, Gio.
So here's Tom Boyle.
There's no way, Gio.
Tim, you got these umpires.
And earlier in the game, when Fat Kid's got a few calls, they love the guy. Tom Boyle, all he does is hit, as he stays hot and strokes another hit. Bruce Lee, who will be joining hopefully the Fat Kids sometime this summer, says out by a step.
Watch the light shot. That's all. This guy's
More in the gap. More in the gap. Come on, D.
Just don't go too deep on me. Don't go too deep on me.
Well, unfortunately, Meatball City was not victorious last night.
Good idea. 22.
And after that brief stint where home plate jumped around, Kyle Engel has settled in. And Brian Nowakowski is trying to tell him that he's jumping into the wrong hole there. And Kyle took a little look back. You can see that time he altered where he was going. Brian's like, you're dropping right in front of the short center, which is no good. And there's a sky-high pop-up. That's trouble. Parisi can't get it. Now the ball rolls away. Boyle is going to score, and Drabel holds on. So Noach mishit the ball. They were playing him deep. Parisi couldn't get there, but he reached out and touched it. And that deflected the ball away from Andrew Beam. And here comes Peckus, tying run at second with one out. So these teams are going back and forth, to say the least. Meanwhile, on the other diamond, there's a line drive by Peckus. That's going to score the tying run. Noach hesitated, but he will score 8-8. So the little flare by Anthony Mysak playing a big role here. Again, that's the advantage of being a big, strong hitter. You get those during the summer. So 9-8. And what I believe is the bottom of the seventh on the other diamond. Prime time needs a run to tie, 2, and they walk the shooters off. Now we're going to get a pinch runner over here. Alex Rodriguez. One out here. Brings up Brandon Molina.
I got him. Watch the light shot. You're good here.
And Brandon's been barreling up in this game. Yeah, they were down 8-3. They lead 9-8.
What you count, Luke?
One out down there in the bottom of the seventh. And Molina strokes a base hit in front of Severius. Rodriguez going to try to go to third. Oh, Brian Davis. I think if he would have slapped the tag on him, he would have been out. He faked the tag, and then the kid slid off the bag. Had he gone ahead and put it on him, he would have ended up getting an out. Instead, tied at 8. 2 runners on with one out. And they're telling Emilio Engel to lose one.
Hey, B, you're double tagging, B. You're double tagging.
I think if you're in the outfield, Matt Martin now does take a couple of steps back.
Go deep on me. Ooh, illegal steps.
Nice. There's a little ground ball knocked down by Knorr. He spins, he throws, and no run scores. Kevin Knorr, stick a star on it. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Kevin Knorr caught a one-hop missile, spun him around. He did a 360 and threw a bullet to first. And they do have an open bag here. So I don't know if they're going to pitch to Alberto, but Nick Jones been swinging a good bat too. Kevin Knorr. That might be to play a tournament. And I don't know what's going on the other diamond. There's 2 outs now. for prime time. I think they got the tying run at second.
Hey, Chulo, stay hot here. What do you say,
A couple of pretty good games to finish out the night here.
Pick
And
me up,
that's
Chulo.
inside, and Shooters hold on. They win 9-8.
Your ball here, Chulo. Pick me up, Chulo.
Nice pitch.
And this might be the unintentional, intentional.
Go, Chulo, anyway, Chulo.
They might be hoping Chulo gets himself out. And yeah, those pitches weren't close. I was never a big fan of that just because of the fact that when you're unintentionally walking, if you're going to throw, in this case with the one-on-one count, three completely horrible pitches, you're not even tempting the guy to swing. And if you make a mistake, he might make you pay. So if your intention was to get to Nick Jones, just put Chulo on.
You know? Chulo, take another one. He's not even here, Chulo.
I'd have been charging that
Nick.
ball.
Let's go, Nick. That's another ball right here, Nick. Another ball right here.
So here we go. And Nick Jones to center, and he dumps it in.
Go.
Chulo's going to score. 3-run stretch single for Nick Jones.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
So the strategy of walking Chulo doesn't work out. And Nick Jones just hit it to space out in right center. And the Fat Kids, after giving up 5, and there's a little ground ball, and that's going to sneak through. And they throw it to second. It's going to bring up Mike Cruz. So they gave up 5 in the top of the 5. And in the bottom of the 5, they've scored 5. And the inning's still progressing. And Cruz comes through with a base hit. Another run scores. Fat Kids have played it 6 now. And not much you can do. Biggest hit of the inning was the blue by Anthony Mysak. And that's going to bring up Jesse Rosado. And now they got a new pitcher. They put Kyle Engel in. He's probably going to short center, and Nick Drabel to short center. So they're working on their 3rd pitcher of the ballgame.
I got you on. Get out of this. Once he pitches, you can go straight.
Taught him everything he knows, Bruce. Yeah, that's a lot. Nick was a pretty good hitter when he came over to us. I think the only thing he lacked was a little experience. Kevin Knorr, long throw in time. So Kevin Knorr, sharp inning for him personally on the defensive side. But they score 6, and they take a 4-run lead as we head to the top of the 6th. I know he was. Shooters won. I believe it was 9-8. They were down 8-3 in that game, and Prime Time stopped scoring the last several innings in that ball game, and they let the Shooters kind of come back and steal that game from them.
Brian, I'm going to tell you why I won. That count hasn't made it out against the
So Brian Nowakowski, I think, just asked Matty Dozin, why you didn't go in the pitch?
Let it come down.
And he says, because that guy hasn't made an out against me the 3 times I pitched against him. And there's a long run. He can't make the catch. Leadoff double for Ryan Drebo.
Way to hustle, right?
As Moneyline is trying to punch back, and it looks like Phil Chaveria has grabbed the bat. Brings up Kevin Knorr.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Pat Caputo making the long walk over to third base.
Hey, right center.
And there he catches a strike. 2 strikes now on Kevin Noah.
You don't matter at second.
And that's a sky-high pop-up. Kevin was just looking to punch that into the outfield. Back shoulder dipped a little bit. Too much.
Hey, lot of middle, and lot of middle. Big in your hole.
And it brings up Phil Chavaria.
On this side, no.
Now we are in the 6th in Moneyville, Moneyline. Getting punchy, folks. Moneyline down by 4 with 1 out now. That was a tough out because you didn't advance the guy.
There you go.
And
2 strikes. Off the line, Nick. Watch your
in
left.
an ideal world, you score 5 and you take the lead heading into the bottom of the 6th. But more importantly, you want to make your 7th inning a little easier if you can.
You're good, you're good, you're good.
And Chavaria,
No.
and that's, you're not going to go there. And, whoa, Nick had a little trouble with that ball, rolled between his legs. Fortunate for him, it didn't roll through that opening. So here's Nick Drabel. Last time up, he just got a single through the infield. Yeah, Malia, they were short several of their bigger name guys. And there's a little chopper, and nobody's there. As Angelo did not come over and cover the bag. Now, Jason Camarillo was on this side of the field, and normally you don't expect a pitcher when he's dropping into the other hole to get there. And it brings up Parisi. And Tim slashes it, and play at second, not in time. Run scores. Moneyline closes to within 3 as they bring their short game back out, and it brings up Kyle Engel. And there's a timeout. Raider trying to slow the game down. This might be one of the better games of the tournament, even though it's a 3-run deficit. Sure, the Shooter fans that witnessed that come from behind win on Field B might have a different take on things. So there are 2 outs here. And Kyle Engel, Nick Jones, long throw, pulls him off the bag. Everybody's safe. That's great hustle there by Nick Drabel. It was a little chopper. It looked like Nick was going to step on the bag, but he realized Nick was already past him. And then he made a wide throw. And here comes Davis with the bases juiced and 2 outs. They'll all be running on the swing.
I got him, you're good, you're good.
And Davis gets underneath it. Rosado is there. No, over comes Brandon Molina. And he makes the catch. It was a good idea. Was trying to go hard to that gap, but he got underneath it. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Fat Kids lead by 3. And the live stream is powered by Gold Rush Gaming. We'd like to also thank Sweet Buzz, one of our anchor partners for the Chicago Summer Series. So if you're money line here, you need a goose egg. You need to give yourself an opportunity. And they'll be sitting at 3-4-5. Drew Chavaria, Andrew Beam, and Brian Nowakowski. Looking ahead to the top of the 7th. Top of the Fat Kid lineup here.
line.
Jason Camarillo, Tom Boyle, and Anthony Mysek.
Right over here, Jason. Way to take a pitch, man. Way to take a pitch.
And that ball's going to be way foul. Because we're a little after 11 p.m. here in Melrose Park, a western suburb of the city of Chicago. So the Fat Kids have had a tendency at times to play a good first half of a ball game, and they haven't been able to seal the deal. But today, they're playing a very good back end of the ball game. And here's Tom Boyle. He's been in the middle of a lot of good stuff for the Fat Kids tonight.
Lot of gap here. Oh no, that was good, bro. Oh no.
And Tom is not the biggest. He's not the biggest kid, but he certainly generates a lot of pop.
Oh no. Killing me softly, Blue.
And an eerie hush. And there's another base hit. So Tom Boyle just keeps swinging it. It brings up Mysek. And then you got
That was a miss hit last time.
A lot of people still sitting here, really plugged into the ball game. Little ground ball. Parisi got a hand on it. Boyle trying to go to third. Safe, no tag. That throw was just a little bit up on the left field side of the bag, and Davis had to try to reach back and swipe. Boyle kind of arched his back and got past him. Had he slid, it would have been a no-doubter. It still was, but here's Petkus. High fly ball, good smart hit, and he's going to score one and advance one. 13-9, insurance run. Another run standing out there, and I think the
Take another one, no, it's 2 outs, no,
Fat
take
Kids
another
have
one.
played a really good ball game. And
Take another one, no, it's 2 outs.
the shortage of players, the heat, all of the emotion might be catching up here a little bit with Moneyline. Chavaria takes charge, do or die 7. Moneyline needs 4 for the game to continue. 5 to take a lead. Anything less and the ball game is over. Now the Fat Kids are just chasing outs. They don't need to do anything crazy.
Come on, boys, dig in, let's go.
So it's going to be Drew Chavaria, Andrew Beam, and Brian Nowakowski. Anybody gets on, Matt Martin would get a crack.
Go, 3, 4, 5.
So the smart thing here, if you're the Fat Kids, is you're chasing outs. You don't want to do anything stupid. You don't want to start throwing the ball around. And if they do get a base runner, you want to make sure you get an out.
Left, 2. No, to the gap, Come on, Drew.
So Drew Chavaria hits a hard ground ball, and that's through that same hole. They've been wearing it out. Drew a big aggressive turn. So leadoff man on. They still need a couple of base runners to be dangerous here.
Come on, 6.
So here's Andrew Beam, homered his last at-bat. And they are playing him very deep in the outfield. Biggest hole is in left center. And he just tops it over here. And Alberto makes the play for out number 1. So that's a nice job by Alberto. Kept his head down. Charged it. Got it on a good hop. Well, that's a good question, Sonny. I got to look at the bracket tonight. It's going to be real hot in the afternoon, so by the time we get to, say, 11. And there's a little flare. Alberto, having an inning for himself, makes the catch. 2 outs. Down to their last out, Matt Martin. And money line was game. May have just been a little short from a personnel standpoint today. But the good news is by winning that first game, they'll get a chance to have a little more time to recuperate. And they'll end up playing a little bit later should this score hold. Matt Martin, and that should do it. Jesse Rosado makes the catch, and the Fat Kids win the ball game 13-9. We hope you enjoyed the coverage. We'll be back tomorrow with more, and of course Sunday for Championship Sunday. So on behalf of the SSA, Gold Rush Gaming, Sweet Buzz, this is Gio saying we hope you enjoyed the coverage. We'll talk to you soon.